Back in Docdown. I just wanted to show you how I use the webhook with Integrately, because Zapier is obviously the main one everyone uses, but there are some reasons why you'd want to go with Integrately. One, I just like them. Two, they have integrations that Zapier doesn't have, and I have Company Hub as well, which is a fantastic CRM, which they also did, and I just like the developers of it. I think they've done a really good job, and I was very surprised how easy it was to use, considering that Zapier's been around a lot longer and Integrately's new, but I'm really happy with it. Okay, so I'll show the automation I made. So what I did is, in my last video for Docdown, we created a new workflow with a webhook that went from Zapier into Docdown and completed a document. So I'll show you what we did. We basically went into this document here and we just made stuff up, I think, on the last page. Oops, is it that one? I think it was the last page on that one. It was, and we put in some numbers here. Okay, so I'm just going to use the same document again because we've already done it. And I'm going to create a new workflow for the same document. If you want to know how I did it, just watch the previous video, my Docdown review. So now what we'll do is we'll just do a new workflow. And we use the webhook again. It hasn't put anything. Right, let's save that. And then on this one from email, generate document. Hi, this is your new document. Oops, document. By webhook. And Integrately. Okay. So we have to turn it on so that it can work. Okay, so now we go into Integrately, and this time I'm going to pick a form submitted in Ada. You can use, so we just do create a new automation. So first of all, I pick aidaform. I also have Involve Me. I have loads of these form builders that I love, all of them. A lot of good apps in here. I love MessageBird, Moose and Better. Oh, I don't have them, but I've heard they're good. Got Big Marker. Anyway, you'll look through, there's loads of them. Okay, and then the second one is a webhook. Okay, so what we do here is we go instant. Okay, so a web form submitted in Ada, a webhook's performed, and we will use the post one. Okay. Go to Automation Builder. So we've got to add a connection. To add the Ada connection, you've got to go into Ada. Because I've already set this connection up, I'm just going to copy it again so that I can do a new one, so that you can see what I'm doing. So you go into the setup, third-party integrations, webhooks. Okay, and then what did it say to do? to set this webhook URL in the aidaform. So you just set that there in the aidaform. And then what you do is, oh, I haven't published this form either yet. Okay. And then I'm going to just look at the form. Okay, first name and last name are the only two things I'm moving across, even though it's quite a long form. Just for an example. Okay, so I've done that. Okay, now I've got to set some test data in here. The only thing I have to do is put Jane, here we go. I'm going to say this one. Now I've just got to finish this form and fill it in. It's quite a long form, but you can put any numbers. You just have to have something in each field. This is probably a bad one to have picked. The thing I do really like about this form is this voice thing. Let me try it. Okay, let me try this. See? Do my voice there. You do the voice, apply. Okay. So now since I've done that, I've got to go back to this and say that I've sent a test record, test connection. And that form I just did came in there, okay. So, oops. So that's it there, the one I just did then. Okay, and see how I just said some silly thing? Okay, let's try this. It was there, okay. So now what you've got to do is do the post webhook. Now this is very similar to what we did in the other one. So you copy this URL here, which is here. Then you just leave this bit out. The headers are the same. Okay, this is right here. We didn't have to change that. That's right, that's right. Okay, so we have to put the body data is the first name. And we look for the value here. Then we say last name. Whoops, make sure you keep it small. Last name, okay. Then that's all right. Then the headers have got to be like they were before. Just trying to remember what I did last time. So we did these authorization ones. Content type. This you don't have to know, they tell you this. And then the authorization again is going to be the API key, which again we need to put in, whoops. So you put the words first of all, bearer, and then the API key. So B-E-A-R-E-R, API key. Okay, and then test it. Oh, unflatten. Yes, select yes. This one, no. Okay. First name, last name. It's saying that one's not allowed. Maybe I called it the wrong name or something. Let me have a look in a document. I'm just going to change it. Oh, that's because I did full name. Okay. So, because it doesn't let me do it, I am just going to call it full name. And then do it first name, last name, like that. Let's see how that is. Oh, successful. Alright, so let's test it and go live. I love how it does this GIF when you do the right thing. Okay, now let's go into my notifications. Whoops. Let's see if I've got any. I got it. And it says Integrately. Yes. And there's the name. It worked, it pushed it in. Well, that was a successful test. So that is how you do the automation using Integrately.